The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
A program for Georgian Studies at Harvard's Davis Center has recently been launched. The new program is being financed by the Georgian government through a $2.3 million grant, which will support research and scholarly exchange, teaching, and outreach. It will start in January 2022. What will this program bring to both Georgians and Americans? The Checkpoints interviewed the head of the program, Stephen Jones, and professor at Mount Holyoke College and Georgia's Ilia State University.
The opening of the Center of Georgian Studies at an American university like Harvard is called to be unprecedented. Courses in history and the social sciences covering topics in Georgia and the South Caucasus will be offered every year beginning in January 2022. Visits of Georgian researchers to Harvard, visits of the Americans to Georgia, scientific cooperation, seminars, workshops, and the teaching of the Georgian language in Harvard. This is a short description of the program initiated, authored, and led by cartellologist and the professor Stephen Jones. Speaking to us, he said that the goal and mission of the Center of Georgian Studies will be even broader.
We need a place where journalists can come. We need a place where we can talk honestly and objectively about Georgia. We want to be able to communicate to Americans that Georgia is strategically important to the United States. It is, after all, really, well, Armenia, we could maybe consider democratic now, but I think Georgia still is the most promising democracy in the South Caucasus, although, of course, there are problems always in any young democracy. But it's important for us to maintain American interest, I would say, in the region, and to help Georgia as much as we can in promoting democratic institutions and ideas.
The idea to establish a Center for Georgian Studies at Harvard Davis Center came to Professor Jones 7 years ago. However, then he did not get the necessary funding. Several months ago, after consultations with Prime Minister Garibashvili and Minister of Education Mikhail Chkhenkeli, an agreement was reached. As a result, the center was funded with $2.3 million from the state budget, which will ensure the work of the program for the next 3.5 years. With this funding, it will be possible to connect Georgian universities with Harvard. The program leader has big plans in this direction.
We will also encourage collaboration between Georgian universities and Harvard, which means, collaborative projects I find always very rich because they bring so many different ideas into a particular project. So that obviously is going to help Georgian scholarship. It's going to help American scholarship. I think one of the things, to be honest with you, that Georgian scholarship needs right now is more integration with Western scholarship. I'm not saying that Western scholarship is going to teach Georgians. Georgians have great ideas and great scholars too. But at the university level, for example, among undergraduates and graduates, I think there is work to be done in order to bring them into, if you like, the sort of global scholarship. Georgia is rather isolated right now, particularly when it comes to students and their competitiveness vis-a-vis other students in other countries. We need to help Georgians compete in a scholarly fashion.
Besides, an international conference is planned to be held at the Harvard Davis Center next year within the framework of the Georgian Studies, where international and Georgian researchers and professors will gather and discuss current actual issues.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.